What's going on, everybody? You know what this is. This is me, Trayvon Jones, Conscious Talk Channel. Thank you for coming in and joining me. I want to just tell this quick story. Like, share, and subscribe, by the way. Um, this was some years ago, back. This was years ago. But, one day, me and a few other nurses, we were all in a break room, having coffee and, taking our break. And it was one girl who had an African father and had a so-called black African American mother. And I don't know how we got on the conversation of who we are and all these type of things, but she said something to me that kind of struck me, and she was saying, "Well, you're from Africa and blah 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 blah." And I said, "No," I said, "Sweetie, we I said most American blacks are indigenous to America." I said, "My people's been here." And she asked me, "Well, where's your?" She asked me, "Well, where are your parents from?" I said, "My parents are from here in America." Um, she said, "Well, their parents." I said, "Here in America." And their parents before that were here in America. And before that, here in America, here in America. See, the beauty of doing, your genealogy and finding out who you are, and all of the records exist. You can find out who you are. You know what I'm saying? It's not very difficult if you want to. You can get the records. And we were just kind of going back and forth, and she had this puzzled look on her face and was kind of pissed off and angry because I didn't accept being African. She said, "Well, why wouldn't you want to accept being African?" I said, "Sweetheart, if I was African, I would embrace that and I would accept it and I'd be happy about who I am. But the fact of the matter is, I'm American black. I'm indigenous to what we call America today." The next day that, we went to work, I saw her. She just kept ignoring me, walking back and forth. I struck a nerve with her. And I also, before we stopped talking, I told her, I said, "Why don't you ask your mom?" I said, "I know your mom, married an African dude. Your dad is African." But I said, "But ask her about your grandmothers and her grandfather, your grandfather and things of that nature, and her grandfather. Ask her about them. I bet you she's going to tell you that they're Indian. I promise you she will." And the next day, she came in with an attitude. She was pissed off because I was supposed to embrace, and it was another woman that was there um, in the break room as well. I just came back from a walk, by the way. That's why I'm sweating. But there was another woman that was co-signing everything that I was saying. She said, "Yeah, most black people are Indian. We're American, Indian." And and I was explaining this to her, but she was just so upset and agitated. But she was young. But a lot of older Africans understand who we are. Like this morning, I asked a resident who's a new resident. He came in to the facility, and he's a tall, black man, you know, older black man, and you know, somewhat confused. And but he's alert enough to handle his business. He's able to dress himself and do things for himself. And I just simply asked him. I said, "Hey, sir," I said, "Do you know what tribe you come from?" He said, "What?" I said, "Do you know what Indian tribe you come from? Do you know the name of the tribe you come from?" He says, "Oh, yeah, Blackfoot Indian. Blackfoot." I said, "That's wonderful." I said, "I'm Blackfoot also." And it just goes to show that we know. We know, but we have fallen into what the government and what um, you know United States have just based the propaganda they have put on us that no, you guys are African American, you guys come from Africa. But when you look at um, the American Dictionary, the old one, when it when you look up American, who is an American, it tells you the indigenous people of America. You know, us. It says the Aborigines of America are the true Americans. But in the new dictionary, it says basically Caucasians are Americans. That basically that's what it says. And it's amazing how once again they just come in and try to just take your nationality away from you, who you are, right from up under you, and tell you no, you're African and you come from Africa. It's amazing. But all you have to do is do your research and you'll find out that no, most black folks, so called African American folks, are indigenous to America. We are the true Americans, family. And honestly, I just want my land back. I just want rights to my land, rights to our heritage, our wealth, who we are. I want all those things back. That's all I ask for. Like, share, and subscribe, and tell me what you think.